Welcome to the deep dive. Our mission today is to journey through the machinery of modern data science. We're taking a deep dive into this whole ecosystem of tools and languages that power everything from, massive data pipelines to the most cutting-edge biological simulations.
And what our results is really showing is this powerful convergence. We're seeing data engineering, high-performance computing, and the specialized fields like bioinformatics all start to fuse together. So for you, the listener, the goal here is to come away understanding not just what the technologies are, but why they're changing the game.
Exactly, and the trade-offs people are making every day. We structure this deep dive around three core pillars.
First, we'll look at the backbone of data movement pipelines, Second, we'll get into the language battleground, the dominance of Python versus the high-performance challenge of Julia. And finally, we'll see how these tools come together in some really specialized areas like computational biology and even AI and genomics. So let's start with the foundation, the engineering that makes data usable in the first place.
Right, and you can think of data engineering as the construction clear for data. They're not the ones analyzing it primarily. They're building and maintaining the massive, reliable plumbing system, the infrastructure that collects, processes, and delivers data downstream.
And that plumbing system is the data pipeline. It's basically a set of stages, right? Ingestion, transformation, loading.
Yep, all to make sure data flows consistently. And the first big split you have to think about is when you need the result. That's the whole batch versus streaming question.
Okay, so batch is for your data backfill, things that aren't time sensitive.
Exactly. It handles fixed data sets on a schedule. Streaming, on the other hand, is for continuous, unbounded data flows. It's real time. Think about things like fraud detection from customers. You need that sub-second response.
And inside those pipelines, we hear the terms ETL and ELT all the time. They define how that transformation step happens.
Right. ETL extract, transform, load is the older model. You clean and structure the data before it lands in your warehouse. ELT, extract, load, transform, flip that script. You dump it raw into massive, flexible cloud storage, and then you do the transformation later using the power of the data warehouse itself. It's a game changer enabled by the cloud.
So if ELT is so popular now, using the warehouse to do the heavy lifting, are data lakes starting to look less like an asset and more like an archive?
That's a really sharp insight. The line is definitely blurring. I mean, the data lake is for raw data, no schemas, who just holds everything. The warehouse is for the clean, structured data for business analytics, but our sources show how cloud services kind of embrace both. For instance, Amazon Redshift uses materialized views to store pre-compute clean results, which massively speeds up those complex ELT workloads.
So you're not rerunning the same
Exactly. And then you have something like Redshift Spectrum, which adds flexibility. It lets you query data directly in Amazon S3. This is huge if you get a massive runtime data spike. You can run ETL on it without having to load it all into your expensive cluster first.
all these moving parts, all these interconnected systems, they need constant automated coordination. This is where orchestration becomes completely non-negotiable, right? For data integrity.
It means the integration, it automates the tasks, manages all the dependencies, makes sure things run in the right order, and crucially, it handles retries and errors so the pipeline doesn't just fail silently.
For years, Apache Airflow has been the big name here.
The directed cyclic graph, yeah. Airflow is robust, it's a distributed system with a scheduler and a processor, it's open source. But what we're seeing now is a push toward newer tools that address some of its legacy issues, like Dexter. Its key differentiator is a focus on software engineering best practices from the ground up. It really emphasizes being able to develop and, importantly, test your pipelines locally at any stage. It's more than a feature, it's a whole philosophical shift. It takes pipeline development from being an operational tool, where you're often forced to test with live data in production.
Which sounds terrifying.
It is, and it moves it into a real software engineering discipline that just radically cuts down on production bugs and speeds up the time it takes to deploy anything new.
So once the data is orchestrated, you need the brute force to actually process it.
And Apache Spark is the standard bearer there. It's a framework for everything from huge ML jobs to stream processing. The reason it's so much faster than older systems like Hadoop MapReduce is its execution engine, and most importantly, its ability to cache and process data in memory.
It's not constantly writing to disk.
Right. And for those continuous, high systems, especially in microservice architectures, Apache Kafka is just indispensable. Its whole published described model gives you horizontal scalability and makes sure data streams are resilient even if some components fail.
It sounds like the cloud has solved everything, but there's still limits, right? Engineers still have to float around the provider's architecture.
Absolutely. You still have to read the infrastructure fine print. A great example from the sources is AWS S3. You send a bunch of
bulk delete requests. Well, each of those deleted items counts as a write operation. And the default write rate under a prefix is capped at 3,500 per second. If you hit that,
you start throttling clients around the whole store.
Wow. But the harsh lesson that even the serverless cloud is tied to physical hardware somewhere.
Precisely, and the same thing applies to AWS Lambda. It's great for parallel functions, but there's a default safety throttle on concurrent executions for your account in a region. You have to know these thresholds to build systems that don't just fall over under load.
That engineering focus does the human side of things. Collaboration. You need some serious governance when analysts and engineers are all working on the same data.
That's where something called governance self-service becomes so critical, often using tools like DBT. It lets analysts propose model changes and tests through version control, like Git, which reduces their day-to-day dependence on engineers.
Engineers can focus on the big picture infrastructure instead of debugging every little business metric.
You got it. It lets you scale the
team and the complexity without everything grinding to a halt.
Okay, so this well-plumbed, well-governed infrastructure, it all feeds into the tools that do the analysis.
And the language powering most of that is, of course, Python.
Python's dominance is it's multifaceted, it's free, it's versatile, and you pretty much need to know it for any data rollout. It's used for everything from analysis to ML to web development.
For someone learning, what's the real power of Python? Is it the language itself or the community that's built up around it?
No, it's definitely the ecosystem. It's the immense toolkit. For data work, you have the foundational duo of pandas and NumPy, but the real workhorse for machine learning is scikit-learn.
What makes scikit-learn the industry standard? Is it the fastest?
Not necessarily the fastest, but its greatest strength is its consistency. It gives you a simple, coherent API for almost every core ML tag you can think of. Recursion, classification, clustering, you name it. That consistency is a huge advantage for teams.
Python's also really good at getting data to interact with the outside world, right? Like through the web.
Absolutely. It's fantastic for consuming REST APIs. With the request library, you can easily send
Key to key or post requests and check the status code, like 200 OK or 201 created. And on the flip side, frameworks like FastAPI let you build your own high-performance API that others use.
What about getting data from the web? Scripting.
Yep. For parsing HTML, Beautiful Soup is the go-to. For huge, complex creating jobs, you use a framework like Scrapey. And if the website is really heavy on JavaScript, that's when you bring out Selenium to actually automate a browser.
That whole ecosystem gives Python incredible inertia. But, like we said, it wasn't built for raw speed. And that's the opening for the challenger.
Julia was engineered specifically to solve the call-to-language problem. In the past, scientists would prototype in a slow, easy language like Python or R. But then the really performance-critical parts, like a core mathematical loop, had to be rewritten in something super fast, harder to read, like C or Fortran.
Because you have to maintain two code bases.
two code bases, two skill sets. It's a mess. Julia avoids this by getting C-like speed without sacrificing the readability of a scripting language.
How does it actually pull that off?
It comes down to
Two main things, just in time, or JIT compilation, and native multiple dispatch. JIT compilation means the code is compiled to super efficient machine code right before it runs, but multiple dispatch is the secret sauce. It lets the compiler generate machine code that is hyper-specialized for the exact data types you're using. That's where the speed comes from.
And that speed must be a huge deal in specific niches, especially with complex math models.
It's a game changer. For some numerical tasks, Julia can be 10 to 1,000 times faster than Python or R. This makes it perfect for developing new methods, attacking really complex models like you see in systems biology.
And the sources really highlighted its strength in solving differential equations.
As a perfect example, the differential equations.jl package in Julia has a feature set that just blows away what's available in MATLAB, R, or SciPy. If you're a power user modeling complex time-dependent systems, Julia gives you feature
parity and way better performance in one language.
So when should a learner pick one over the other? What's the pragmatic advice?
The reality is Python still dominates because of inertia,
community, and the huge
And in R, you also find tools like Bio3D for structural bioinformatics, looking at protein structures and dynamics.
And what about Python's role
in the biological modeling side of things?
Python has some very sophisticated frameworks like PSV, and it's designed for building models of biological processes, like a model for programming cell death called ERM 2.0. PSV generated something called VNGL or table rules.
Okay, for those of us not in the field, what are VNGL rules?
They're basically domain-specific languages that biologists use to describe the rules of complex biological interactions. How proteins bind, how reactions happen. It's a way to model the process with rules that then get converted into math equations for the simulation. It adds a layer of transparency for the researcher.
And Julia, look at its speed. Must be a perfect fit for this world.
It is. The BioJulia community is doing great work making programming efficient for biologists. They have packages like biosequences.jl, biostructures.jl, and Julia's high level of abstraction is really key. For instance, using a standard interface like abstract array is like being in a lab where you can switch between different brands of pipe at a without having to relearn your entire protocol. It's about flexibility.
Brings us to the ultimate game changer, AI. How are large language models suddenly relevant to DNA?
The key insight is that a DNA sequence is a string of A's, C's, G's, and T's can be treated just like a language. So researchers are fine-tuning pre-trained LLMs like a specialized model called digital DNA for classification tasks.
So they're literally training the model to read DNA.
Precisely. The model learns the statistical patterns of the grammar of the genetic code, and then lets it do specific tasks like classifying whether a given sequence will bind to a transcription factor or not.
The big benefit here is accessibility.
Exactly. The ability to just fine-tune a pre-trained model massively reduces the training time and the huge computational cost you need to build a model from scratch. It really democratizes this kind of advanced research.
That wraps up our deep dive. For you, the learner,
We have three core takeaways from the sources we looked at today. First, successful data teams are built on reliability and integrity, and that has to be engineered. That's achieved through orchestration tools
like Airflow and increasingly Dagger, which is vital in building into a real software discipline by emphasizing local testing. Second, Python is still the versatile and dominant foundation for most data analysis and ML, thanks to its ecosystem, as well as its speculative learning. And finally, Julia provides a necessary, sometimes hundredfold performance leap for specialized fields like bioinformatics, where the math itself is the bottleneck.
And here's a final provocative thought for you to consider. We saw that integrating LLMs for complex tasks like DNA classification can dramatically cut down on training time and cost. So if these general LLMs can be fine-tuned so effectively for highly specialized biological tasks, how quickly will the traditional computational bottlenecks, the very things that drive adoption of languages like Julia, just disappear as the big foundation models handle all the heavy lifting for us?
Something to think about as this landscape continues to accelerate.
Thank you for joining us on the deep dive.